Hi, I'm Nikki, and I had a crazy idea partway through the week to build an asylum for the Asylum Challenge and try and get it done and out on Halloween. I'm recording this intro on Halloween, so I'm close. You'll get it today, eventually. Yay. I tried to get my friends to talk me out of it. They were not talking me down for my nonsense and encouraged it. So you're getting an asylum and a little bit of prep because at the end, when I come back, which is at 17 minutes, I take you on a tour and then we also finish the selection for skill and chairs. You'll see what I mean. Also, I'm going to be playing it as a toddler. And don't worry, this isn't a new random toddler. You already know the family. You'll see, you'll see. That's in the next video. Enjoy the build. 17 minutes, okay? I'll see you in 17. All done. Welcome to the Rainbow Wind Asylum. I did not go all out for the decorations out here because I don't want to make it any more of a boost to the environment than it is. I'm already mixing up all the different challenge levels because I felt like it. So we have the entry. This is going to be locked up after they come inside, which means the plant will die. And probably irritate them. We have technically one side is going to be for males and one side is going to be for females. And they're pretty much the same. Each one has a little maintenance closet with different versions of the water heater and the fuse box, so those can go out and get messed up. Each has a laundry room, which is technically against the rules, but I think it has more fire capabilities. So like I said, we're having a whole mix up of all the different rules. And we have a bathroom for each of the buildings. For the most part, I am using the hard rules, but I am doing things like right now we have 2 bathrooms, both with a terrible tub. That's because, well, I'm going to be a toddler. So there's only so much I can do as a toddler, and they're just gonna have to try and survive on their own till I grow up. I have shoe signs because I would prefer if they took them off. Well, I want them to wear slippers. There are a couple bedrooms on each side. The hard rules mean that you have to have only 4 beds to 8 Sims. So we have 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. And this is a little medical room. Most of the time they ignore these. Sometimes they have sat on them. If they sit on them, I will have to lock this door so they don't count as seats. But it just felt too empty if we didn't have another room in here. We do not have a thermostat and only have little space heaters in the rooms on wood floors. Again, I'm a toddler and cannot help. Here is the female side. Oh, they also all have alarm clocks. I think I'm gonna have like a set time where they all have to get up out of bed, which should be irritating since you know you gotta fight for bed space. And here's all the same. It's mostly the same. I did color the toilet and sink a different color so I know which ones they're using. We do have some of the skill items already in here. We have a pool. And we have a toddler pool, because that's not fair. I can't get in that one. Uh... we have this little area. Because we have to find the fish ourselves, I went ahead and put this in here. And I'm not counting it as a skill thing unless we actually put fish in here. We have a blanket. I know they can sit on this, but I really want it for the woohoo. Not sure if I want to count it as a chair. I guess that'll depend on how often they use it to try and circumvent the no sitting thing. We have a vacuum, only one. It will keep coming back into this closet. This is the kitchen. Upstairs, this is another skill object. The restoration workshop things. And they can have them as an upgrade to these once they finish them. But again, I am a toddler and can't work on that until I'm an adult. Or at least a teen. Because we can complete this as a teen. Out here we have the graveyard ready. Plenty of mayhem to be had. We have both a wedding and funeral location here. We have some gravestones ready to go. And we do have a poo-hoo bush just in case. Let's hope they don't destroy all of their potties and that just becomes a constant gross thing. This is just where I have left 3 skill objects and I have 4 places to sit left. That's telling me that. And then we have the upstairs main room here with bookshelves. We have a Lindsay speaker so they can make a friend. We have a TV because I can use that as a toddler, but I can't use a computer. And in the hard mode, you have one or the other, a TV or a computer. You cannot have both. And we, of course, have a Babalus. You know, gotta love him. Hi, buddy. Are you gonna bite some peoples? Are you gonna bite some peoples? You have a good idea for a name for him? Let me know. I do have a game table. We do not have chairs for the game table yet. I have not decided whether we are going to do that. We have another space heater, this time on carpet. And we can have as many mirrors as we want, so each hallway has 2. I also have the dress-up trunks because I'm gonna make that a club activity so that they can dress up. But so far, it's a nice place right now. Not too bad. These lamps make them a little uncomfortable. We got another one of those over here. I wish we had more objects like that. I have a CC thing that will do that. That actually lets you react to the grossness. And I haven't put the lot traits on yet. They're probably not going to be very nice. I've left the big lights just so we can see. Because right now in this room... Ah. Like, that's as bright as it gets, even at night. Which would be fine for me if I'm just playing, but not for if you guys are watching. So I do have to decide on my seating and skill objects. And because my main character sim is a toddler, I want to have skill objects for the toddler too. Oh, let's do that. I do get my own potty, thankfully. It's not really gonna fit in the bathroom, though. So maybe I throw it in here in the laundry room. And in fact, I'm gonna give myself 2 of them in case I'm closer to this laundry room than that one. Because toddlers take forever to walk anywhere. Skill item. We still need somewhere to sleep. So maybe our skill item will be the tent. Then we can sleep in it. Let's put us up here. Here is my first skill item. I will sleep in the tent. I want to switch these. No, that's fine. We have those for the adults. I can... That's imagination. I can come and rummage in these. What else might be good? I prefer the things that adults can interact with. Because that will cause the most chaos. That may be all we get. Yeah. As a child, I definitely want to get a imaginary friend doll. I think that would be appropriate. I would get a dollhouse, but we have imagination. The adults can play monster with that, so it'll be fine. Yeah, I think that's all we're gonna get for us specifically. Although, we might want one of these guys to talk to, but we could just talk to everybody in the room. They may be a chatterbox. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait, and I'll switch out a different one. So let's go to the other skills. It would be helpful to have a skill that they will do autonomously to make money. Knitting, I would have to put in their pockets. Cross stitch will make money, but first it's going to cost us a lot. Painting is kind of the go-to, isn't it? Let's go ahead and get an easel. Where do we want that? We're up here? Maybe we even put it in this room? No. I really want to encourage the use of the halls and things. Let's put it there. And one more skill item. often do they autonomously pottery? I don't know. I haven't played with it. It might be a fun way to get us out. What about papercraft? I don't know if they do it autonomously, but that seems like the right kind of thing. Let me pop it there for now. We need little tables in here for it, though. But we will have to have a chair. We want it here, up there. Needs to be like a main room thing. Up here. Oh, the old enamel table doesn't have the ring. It goes around the edges. Boo. This means we'll be losing a chair. Let's start with one of these. Maybe. It's a chair gone. Want them to have a chair here. Another chair gone. Toddler will either sit on the floor or walk to a chair to eat. Maybe I'll put one in here. In here. I want it to be fair. We're not going to be able to get any more furniture for a long time. I'll just have to keep swapping out. And another reason I wanted this is because I'd rather it take... is because the toddler bed counts as a chair. So I'd rather it be a skill object that's taken. Because we still have one. Maybe we just straight up use this. It's the logic skill. Here. This seems like it's going to have sufficient chaos. May find some paintings on the gallery that cause discomfort and anger and place them in the rooms. Or we may let them make those on their own. Need the traits. No, sweetie, you can't have those. Okay, creepy crawlies, cursed, filthy, maintenance trouble, reduce and recycle, spooky, wild prairie grass, and wild foxes are what I put. I think the mold, gremlins, and Brody and heist are too much while I'm a toddler. We may add those later. On hallowed grounds, on a dark ley line, and mean vibe is all I can really choose from the regular lot traits that seemed like they would mess things up more. That's it. I think it's ready to go. Next time I will introduce some Sims and we will actually begin playing the challenge. Bye-bye!